Hi, I'm Charisse.
And I'm Holly.
And welcome to Ask Mom. On today's series, we will be discussing facial hairs.
Yes, that is a good idea. Thank you, Charisse, for that mustache preview.
So if you look
with
like
the stash, with the stash, now without. Isn't that so much better? Wow.
Or if you have an eyebrow issue that perhaps looks like something like this, it's hard to see, something like this, when you degroom, then it looks like this.
Okay, so I might have been extremely lame, but it didn't.
Don't ever call yourself names.
It didn't dawn on me to do anything about my eyebrows until I was in my 20s.
Well, maybe you didn't have bushy eyebrows, though.
And so don't decide they need to get thinner and thinner and thinner, and you start plucking, you could just start going mad until you have like no eyebrows. And there's no reason to pluck your eyebrows more than once a week. I don't think.
Right.
Do you even pluck them once a week?
Well, since my vision has gone down, I haven't really noticed how bushy my eyebrows probably are. So, yeah, once a week maybe.
Yeah, I pluck maybe a couple of hairs once a week, and that's enough. If you find yourself wanting to pluck every day, that's over plucking. Do not do that.
Right.
Right. So you can go to any beauty salon. Usually every beauty salon has a professional that will show you what they'll do, and they'll sometimes they'll mark your eyebrow a little bit, or they'll just show you we're gonna arch it up here, and we're gonna get a little bit of it down here, and sometimes they do threading. You'll see like a thread, and it basically they put it up and they sort of, I don't know how they do that thing, but it's some sort of spinning motion thing, and it like rips your eyebrow hairs out.
Right.
Ouch. Right. Or they can just tweeze them to get them nice and in shape, or they can wax them. They put a little bit of a thin wax there with like a little coating of oil, and they put the wax on, and then they pull the wax off. And
I think waxing's the easiest. If they wax it, then you get your eyebrows the way you want them, and then it's easy to maintain, plucking one or two here or there.
And really, if you wax, it's going to take 3 weeks for it to start growing back. You know, anytime, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. You know, the first time you do it, you go, ow, and the next time you do it, you know what to expect, and so you're like, all right, yeah, it'll hurt for 1 second, but yeah, it's really not a big deal. If you're growing, like Charisse said, hair in here, particularly if it's linking your two eyebrows, that would be known as the unibrow.
Or monobrow.
Or monobrow.
Same, yeah, same.
So
distinction.
It's good to, you know, eyebrows are supposed to be separate and distinct, and some cultures grow more hair than others, and so if your culture loves that and you live in another country and that's a part of your culture, keep the hair. If you live in America and your brow is growing together, you might want to do something about that.
So eyebrows grow over your eyeball, and so if it's growing here, it would technically mean that you have 3 eyes, like a third eye, and most people don't. So if you do not have that third eye there, you do want to take away this part.
Yes. And you know, the truth is that all of us have some weird thing about hair. You know, some of us, like, I get, you know, a little bit of dark hair on either side here. It's like a stash, okay? So it's not like we're making fun of people with, you know, the brow that goes clear across. We all have some weird hair. My mom used to have this, like, mole hair here.
Mole hair is great.
She couldn't see it because it was, like, kind of just on her chin right here until that thing grew into a little curl, and then she'd be like, get it off, I'm going into church. Pull it out! Pull it out! With, like, my bare fingers. Seriously? How am I going to pull out a hair with my bare fingers?
Did you chew it? Did you chew it off?
Yeah. So anyway, I would have to pluck that look. So everyone on the planet has some weird hair, and you just got to deal with it. So eyebrows.
Isn't there some poem about not by the hair of my chinny chin chin? And so some people have hair on their chinny chin chin that you need to be careful of.
Maybe I'm the only one. But sometimes my eyebrows would get kind of droopy, like they kind of go down. And my sister taught me just to take, like, if you don't have an eyebrow brush, you could buy a little eyebrow brush. It's not totally necessary. You can have a little comb, or if you have just like a toothbrush, you know, like the dentist gives you an extra toothbrush or whatever. I keep that in my makeup drawer, and so if you have any little gaps in your eyebrows, you can just take an eyebrow pencil and just do light little strokes. We're not doing a dark line, but you're just doing light little strokes over the spot where maybe you have like a little balding spot or it's lighter in your eyebrow, and then just use the toothbrush to brush your eyebrows kind of in an upward motion, and that'll blend in the pencil marks and make your eyebrows look a little fuller. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and my eyebrows will be kind of like,
well, if you ever have done like this with your eyebrows like that, I don't know if you can see on the screen, something like that.
Yeah, and they will look just a little bit disheveled, kind of like hair that's never been brushed.
You've seen people go like this.
I almost never do that. Yeah,
It's like a grooming technique. And so facial hair, like Holly was talking about the mustache, especially if you're more dark-skinned. But you can also do like laser therapy or electrolysis to do permanent hair removal.
My guess is it's probably going to be in the 100 plus
$100
kind of thing, depending on how much hair you have. But it would be very easy, I would think, just to call any place and say, I just have a little facial hair around my, you know, little mustache area or whatever under my nose, and I want to be able to take care of that. Can you just give me a rough estimate, like how much does something like that cost?
For sure.
And my guess is over the phone they'll say, oh, roughly it'll be between $100 and $500 or something.
And if it's something that bothers you, and especially since it's on your face, it'll be the best money you've ever spent. I always like to project out into the future. When you're 70 or 80 years old and maybe you didn't have a daughter and you just had sons that don't really care about you, well, guess what? You just might end up with that full beard your entire life. You've never gotten permanent hair removal and you've just waxed the entire time.
Yeah.
Your sons might not pluck that for you, so there you'll be in the little home with your other friends and you'll be the bearded lady. So there you go.
An angle I'd never thought of.
I don't know.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Join the circus.
At least you can make some money doing that. All right, I'm Holly.
I'm Charisse.
Happy face-scaping.